Most people think they have a money problem. They don't. They have a system problem. Right now, your paycheck hits your account. You pay a bill or two. You grab some groceries. You treat yourself. Because honestly, you've earned it. And then, almost like magic, the money just disappears. You check your balance 2 weeks later and think, where did it all go? Here's what nobody tells you. The way most of us handle money isn't a plan, it's a reaction. And you cannot build a future by reacting to your present. But what if fixing all of that didn't require a complicated spreadsheet, a guilt-tripping app, or giving up your morning coffee? What if it came down to just 3 simple buckets? Stick with me, because by the end of this video, the way you see your money will never be the same. Let me tell you about Marcus. Marcus is 29. He makes around $60,000 a year. Decent job, decent life. By most people's standards, he's doing okay. Not broke, not rich. Just stuck somewhere in the middle. Every single month, Marcus tells himself, this is the month I get serious. This is the month I save. This is the month I finally start investing. He's got the apps, he's watched the videos, he's made the spreadsheets. And yet, every month, the same thing happens. Money comes in, money goes out. And Marcus is left staring at his bank account, wondering why it looks exactly the same as it did 12 months ago. Here's what kills me about Marcus's story. He's not lazy. He's not irresponsible. He actually cares about money when he thinks about it. The problem is, he doesn't have a system, and without a system, even the smartest, most well-intentioned person will always fall back on their habits. And most of our habits say the same thing. Spend first, save what's left. And here's the brutal truth about that. There is never anything left. Here's the mistake almost everyone makes. And I mean almost everyone. They treat saving like a reward, like something that happens after they've taken care of everything else. After the bills, after the fun, after the I deserve this moments. Whatever is left over, that's what gets saved. And that logic sounds reasonable, right? Take care of your needs, enjoy your life a little, then save the rest. But here's where things go wrong. Human beings are not wired to delay satisfaction. We are wired to spend what we see. If the money is sitting in your account, your brain reads it as available, as safe to use, as yours to enjoy right now. This is not a character flaw. This is biology. So the system most people are using, earn, spend, save the scraps, is working directly against how your brain actually functions. You're fighting your own psychology every single month, and you're losing. Not because you're weak, because the game was designed against you from the start. And here's the part most people don't realize. The solution isn't discipline. The solution is design. So let's talk about the 3-bucket system. And I want you to picture this visually, because it makes everything click. Imagine your income as water. Every month, water pours into one big tank. Right now, that water just floods in, sloshes around, and slowly drains out through 100 tiny holes. Subscriptions, impulse buys, takeout, things you didn't even really want. You didn't choose where it went, it just went. The 3-bucket system puts walls up. It redirects the flow before the money disappears. Bucket 1 is your needs bucket. 50% of your take-home pay. This is rent, utilities, groceries, transport, insurance. The non-negotiables. The things that, if unpaid, your life starts falling apart. Nothing emotional here, just the cost of existing. If your needs are eating more than 50% of your income, that's a signal. Not a judgment. A signal that something needs to change. Your rent, your car payment, a forgotten subscription draining you quietly every month. But here's where it gets interesting. Bucket 2 is your wants bucket, 20 to 30%. And yes, this is intentional. This is your life. Dinners out, weekends away, new shoes, hobbies, the things that make you feel human. Most financial advice gets this completely wrong. They tell you to cut everything. Suffer now, enjoy later. But here's the truth. Deprivation is not a strategy. It's a pressure cooker. People who restrict everything eventually snap, binge spend, and blow up months of progress in a single weekend. The wants bucket exists so that never happens. When you spend from it, you're not guilt spending or stress spending. You're spending money that was always meant for exactly this. That psychological permission changes everything. Now, this might sound small, but it changes the entire relationship you have with money. And then there's bucket 3. This is where your future lives. 20%. This is savings, investments, your emergency fund, your retirement account, whatever financial goal you're building toward. And here's the critical rule. This bucket gets filled first, before the wants, before the treats. The moment your paycheck arrives, 20% leaves your account automatically, before your brain even knows it was there. Out of sight, out of reach, out of temptation. Psychology insight. Let's talk about why this works, because the mechanics are almost secondary to the psychology. There's a principle in behavioral economics called mental accounting. It basically means that our brains treat money differently, depending on where it lives and what we've labeled it as. Money sitting in one big account feels like one big number available to spend. But money sitting in 3 separate named buckets, that money has identity, it has purpose, and we are far less likely to dip into money that already belongs to something. Think about it this way. Have you ever felt guilty spending money, even when you technically had it? That guilt is your brain sensing a mismatch between what the money was supposed to do and what you're doing with it. The 3-bucket system eliminates that guilt, because every dollar already has a job. You know exactly what's for living, what's for enjoying, and what's for building. There's no mismatch, no guilt, no second guessing. And there's something else. When saving becomes automatic, when it happens, before you even see the money, it stops being a decision, and that matters enormously, because decision fatigue is real. Every choice you make throughout the day drains a little mental energy. By the end of the day, your willpower is running on empty. That's exactly when you make the impulsive purchase, the late night online order, the "I'll deal with it tomorrow" financial moment. Remove the decision entirely. Make the system do the work your willpower was never designed to do alone. Here's the real shift, the thing that changes everything. Most people see money as something that happens to them. The paycheck arrives, the bills attack. Whatever survives is theirs. They're passengers in their own financial life, just watching it unfold and hoping the numbers work out. The 3-bucket system makes you the driver. Not because you're suddenly earning more, not because you found some secret investment, but because you've decided, in advance, what your money is for. And that one decision made once replaces 1,000 smaller decisions you'd otherwise make emotionally, impulsively, and almost always in the wrong direction. This is the breakthrough that Marcus had. Not that he found more money, he found a structure for the money he already had. And almost overnight, the anxiety he felt every time he checked his bank account, that low-grade financial dread, started to quiet down. Because there is a profound difference between not knowing where your money went and knowing exactly where it's going. One feels like chaos, the other feels like control. And control, even small, imperfect control, changes how you carry yourself. It changes the decisions you make. It changes what feels possible. Practical takeaway. So here's what to actually do. And I want to keep this simple because simple is what sticks. This week, not next month, not after the next paycheck. This week, open 2 additional bank accounts. Most banks let you do this for free in under 5 minutes. Label one needs and wants if you want to keep it simple, and label the other one future. Or call it freedom. Call it whatever makes it feel real to you. Then set up an automatic transfer. The moment your salary lands, 20% moves to your future account without you touching it. Automatically. Done. From there, work out your 50% for needs. Everything left is yours to enjoy, guilt-free, from your wants allocation. You don't need to be perfect. You don't need to calculate every penny. What you need is to start. An imperfect system running today will always beat a perfect system you're still planning for next month. And one more thing, review the buckets once a month. Just once. 10 minutes. Look at where the money went. Adjust if needed. That's the whole maintenance plan. Ending, Marcus didn't get a raise. He didn't find a side hustle. He didn't win anything. He just stopped letting his money make its own decisions. And everything changed. Here's the question I want to leave you with. If you did nothing different for the next 12 months, same income, same habits, same system, where would your finances be? Because the definition of a financial trap isn't being broke. It's earning money every month and having nothing to show for it. Month after month after month. Not because you didn't work hard enough, but because the water kept pouring in and kept draining out. And nobody ever built the buckets. You have the water. Build the buckets.